welcome to Saturday Sprints with myself, Gillian St. Kevin, and my co-host, Jamie Sands.
I waved when you introduced yourself. So that's just how out of it I am this morning. Hello.
I've just realized, okay, speaking of out of it, hang on, we are not a Sunday. No, I want to edit. Jamie, introduce yourself while I fix things.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm wearing my non-binary shirt today, so everyone knows I'm non-binary. I write urban fantasy and romance, everything with queer characters and happy stories for queer people, even if they have to go through some drama to get there. This morning, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I've got some edits I could do, and I've also got a slideshow to put together because I've fallen behind on that. And I also want to do some advertising. So I might just do a bitsy morning and maybe get onto some writing later.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah, so I am Gillian. I was really pleased that we were going to be starting on time and thought I was organised, but of course I'm not. I am currently writing a historical paranormal. I'm describing it as Dracula meets Legally Blonde, and I'm hoping to get some work on that now. But I've also just started the Certificate of Small Business Management, and I'm really excited and have some coursework I could do. Or I could do the stuff that actually pays me, which is doing a copy edit. So much like Jamie, I will be all over the place today. Before we dive in today, I want to say, Inca suggests that creativity doesn't like organisation. I think we need some organisation a bit, but yeah, I find that when I crave routine and I get myself set up in a really good routine and it works well for like 2 or 3 days and then I'm bored.
Yeah. I'm about the same. If I don't organize myself at all, then I'm really unlikely to get anything done. But if I organize too much, then I'm bored and I won't get anything done. So yeah, there's like a middle ground for me.
Yeah, Megan is doing some work on varsity readings on what does it mean to be human, which sounds really interesting.
Deep.
Megan is also still looking for a good sciencey term for future magic. So if any occur to you, please share them with Megan. And we have our regular stream favourite Julie is this weekend at the Romance Writers Conference of the Romance Writers of New Zealand conference in Wellington, and she sounds like she's having a great time, but she has been chatting with friends and being like, oh, yeah, I know Gillian, they're really bummed they can't be here right now. And people have been going, hang on, they? So I realized I actually haven't talked about this much. I'm using she, they pronouns. And the reason is that for a really long time, I haven't felt really invested. Well, being female is not a big part of my identity. It's actually something I resent because I've got endometriosis. So the female parts of my body are actively out to get me. So I've just felt very sort of disconnected from that part of me. And when I was working for my previous job, we could choose our pronouns as an experiment. I chose they, and it felt so good. I also had a really close friend call me they, and it felt right. But my grandma was still alive at that point, and I was like, oh, this may be a step too far for grandma. I'm just going to sit on this for a while. And recently I've been doing some work on accepting my body and not resenting it as much. So I've kind of gone from she to they, and I'm swinging back around to she. Yeah. So I've decided I'm just going to sit with this right now and see how it develops and where I feel most comfortable. But I might just, I know it's confusing for people, and I apologize for that. I hope it doesn't make it harder for people like Jamie who know that they are they, them, and that's
No,
that's what
it's
in question.
it's really fluid. Is my experience is that gender changes if you're that way inclined. Obviously, for some people it doesn't. But my spouse used to be pretty sure she was a woman, but she's switched to she, they as well. So I'll use both terms kind of interchangeably. So, but yeah, they're definitely gender fluid. So right now they're in a masculine place, but pretty sure they'll come back to feminine. I'm this. I'm both and neither. and that's where I've been comfortable for years and years. So I'm pretty sure that's going to stick for me. But I never say never because, I'm 41 now. And when I was 25, I was the girliest girl you ever saw. I would wear, dresses all the time and stuff. I just don't know. So,
Isn't it amazingly, like, what a coincidence that you're wearing that shirt on the day that we had this discussion? None of this is planned.
No. I just went to my t-shirt drawer this morning, was like, yeah, I'm going to wear this today. That's as far as it went.
Megan says that she is falling into she in part because being in a male-dominated workplace, she needs to carve a place for women and they, and you do an amazing job at that, Megan. I have a weird relationship with the church, but All Souls is one of the few places I always feel happy and welcome. And Megan says, so part of it for me is to re-examine what I've previously thought of as male in myself. That's really, really interesting. And we can't miss out that Inca has a challenge for us.
Yes.
We said that they should try to write something, but we have to read it. Oh, yeah, absolutely. We would love to do that. Look at me just assuming that I speak for Jamie.
It was a solid call.
Okay, speaking of solid calls, I think it is time to hop into our warm-up. We have done a lot of sort of deep talk this morning to start off, so it's going to be interesting what comes out of our warm-up session. Shall we go with Wild Unknown today, since I may not be around tomorrow?
Yep, sounds good.
Nothing dire. I'm just delivering flowers, and I don't know if I will make it in time to start the stream.
I'm hoping you'll be around tomorrow. Whether or not that's the stream, I don't mind so much. But as long as you survive the night, that's
yeah.
That's true. I don't have a choice. Inca can bribe me with funny packages. Inca sent me. In fact, I just found it again. I cleaned up my desk this week. Inca sent me this, which is
lovely.
Featuring the main character of my first pirate series. So hashtag love Gillian. I am not using it as a bookmark because I'm terrible with bookmarks, but I've got it here on my desk to remind me that some people like my work, which is always motivating.
Yeah.
Should I have been telling you to stop shuffling?
No, that was kind of my warm-up shuffle. This is the one.
Okay. Now.
Okay. Now that's really weird because there's two cards that wanted to be drawn today. Oh, wow.
They happen?
Yeah. So we've got we'll go with the tower first.
Oof, yep.
Which in the Wild Unknown is a tree, very much like the tree that is the Emperor. It's getting struck by lightning in two places and it's about to fall. Amazing. Now, the tower is kind of one of those big deal cards in tarot because it usually means that something massive, a massive shift is about to happen.
Yeah.
And
then the start of something else. So tear it all down to start new.
Yep. And then we have the Hermit, which I love.
Oh, look at him.
Isn't he cute? And look at us assuming that the hermit is a male.
Just default to it with animals. I don't know why.
Yeah, but this lovely tortoise is peering out from underneath his shell. He looks very happy there, and I'm continuing to gender him.
Yep.
And he just looks so happy. Look at him.
Candle. Oh, I love him.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So yeah, we have the tower and the hermit. And let me know when you are ready to sort of start.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'll put some postcards to write as well. Maybe I'll just get lots done this morning after this warm up.
That is a really good way to use these sessions. Okay, 5 minutes starting now. Okay.
I got about a page. Probably writing not quite as fast as normal because I was writing about gender and trying to unpack my feelings at the same time.
Yeah. I got my course booklets for my small business course and realized that I don't own any highlighters. So I borrowed my mum's, and in addition to some highlighters, she gave me these fine lighters to use while I'm here.
Nice.
So I have been playing with these, having way too much fun. That little orange column there is my thoughts on the Hermit and the Tower.
Excellent.
And basically, this is me. My conclusion was I need to have a plan for when Amazon completely changes everything about the platform and kicks me off.
Yeah, interesting. I haven't thought of that. So I have got some books wide on other platforms, but they just don't have the reach. I've found. Like I got this bright and cheery email from Draft to Digital this week saying, here's your royalties for the month of July. $1.70.
Oh, you're better than me. I got 75 cents.
Oh, that's good. I've definitely had the 25-cent emails before as well. Like, how are you selling anything this cheap? I don't know. But yeah, so it's a bit hard to pull myself away from the horrible monopoly that abuses people.
Yeah, definitely agree. But I'd say my theory is that, okay, I am still a small author. I'm still a small author. I am growing my readership. When my readership is big enough, I can go wide.
Yeah, I get that.
So it's part of the strategy. It's not the long-term solution.
Yeah. Megan, we don't know for sure if Amazon is going to change things. We're just assuming that they will eventually.
This is also brought on by me reading my central... oh my gosh, I cannot talk this morning. Small business course material. And it's like you have to have foresight and be prepared for things changing. And so, of course, in my mind, I'm like, the internet explodes. The price of paper goes through the roof, and nobody reads books anymore. So I'm just kind of, you know me, I'm the worst case scenario person all the time.
So am I. She did a really interesting meeting. There's this meeting format. There's these guys who write meeting formats, and they've got them all online. They're called oh god, it's gone out of my head again.
Someone in Stone? No.
Oh god, it's not gonna come now, is it?
Yep.
It is meeting. Sorry, I'm gonna find this because it's really annoying.
Yeah, Megan, it is good to be prepared for anything, but I suspect I might take it a bit too far.
Anyway, I can't remember the name of the website, but one of the meetings that they wrote is Critical Uncertainties, where you consider a situation and deep dive into the implications of the most unpredictable things about the situation. So me and some people did it before COVID last year, before we got shut down here. And we were like, well, on the one hand, society might break down altogether. But on the other hand, maybe it won't be so bad. And you just kind of plan for every version that you can imagine of the future, which is really fascinating stuff, especially for someone like me who goes to the worst case scenario anyway.
Yeah.
For people who don't, to go, actually, yeah. Yep. It's interesting.
So it's going to be a real challenge for me to go from that to the Victorian marriage market, but I will do my best.
was one of the other ones was
So is everyone ready for our first 20-minute sprint?
yes.
Okay.
Liberating Structures. That's the name of it. Liberating Structures. I'm going to send you a link and you can share it to the stream.
Megan says that...
Oh, that's not the link at all. That's YouTube.
Yeah, most unpredictable. We become totally living on the road, so you create books to be listened to for long-haul truckers with different excitement points to wake up people on the road. If that makes sense, Megan, you might be half asleep, but you're still coherent. Okay, which one of the second one?
Ignore the YouTube one, yeah. I actually have I tried to write a story about the apocalypse where everyone's stuck on the road. But I couldn't quite find the storyline for it. But it's still in my head. It's going to happen. Yeah, so Liberating Structures is a meeting website, which I use for my day job when I have a day job. Anyway, ready for a sprint?
Yep.
Distracted anymore.
Okay, 20 minutes. Go. Okay, 20 minutes. Oh, hey, Kelly's here. Hi, Kelly.
Oh, hello.
Happy Friday, Kelly. It is Saturday for us. Is it Friday for Inca?
Yes, I would think so.
Awesome. Happy Friday for those who celebrate it. So in that, our first sprint of the day, I got 465 words.
Nice.
So it is Saturday for Inca, I think. That's what that no means.
Very early morning.
Yep.
Oh, shoot. Just a second.
44 minutes into Saturday. Wow, I am impressed that you are this functional.
I've been going through my comments on an edit. So I'm not doing a deep edit. I'm just addressing the comments as they go through. Just about 100 words, 100 pages through the edit. So I'm on 97 pages. And I've just done something that's messed up a bunch of the formatting. So that'll be exciting to fix.
Oh, dear. I hope you can work that out quickly.
I've tried undo a few times and it's not done anything. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, that's all right. I'll sort it out.
Yep. Let's jump into another 20-minute sprint and have a longer break on the next one, shall we?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Awesome. In that case, I'm setting the timer for another 20 minutes. Let's go. Okay. Awesome. Inka says she thinks she did good. She sorted out some cinnamons, but sucks at personalities.
Did you just say cinnamons?
Yes. Oh,
Good, good. I got to page 152, so 97, 50, 55 pages. Lots more notes in this part of the book, which is good. I found I've misspelled maneuver again. My beta reader found it, which is great. And I fixed up the formatting thing that I did the end of last sprint, so that's all good.
That's fantastic. Megan has been looking at mimetic desire, which leads to rivalry and conflict between human beings, the resolution of which is the scapegoating of another.
Oof.
Wow.
Sounds intense.
And I have written 637 words.
Nice.
And we need to go to the bathroom. So I'm eager for us to start our longer break.
Yep. Sounds good.
Yep. Okay.
How long are we
maybe a bit of a longer chat when I get back. We'll see how we're doing with the time.
Cool. Sounds good. I'm going to take off for a bit as well.
Awesome. I am back. I'm just eating a Portuguese tart, which my mum picked up at the Amberley market shortly before we got started today. I have been very disorganized as always and have not been keeping track of my sprint time. So I'm just going to do that now. Okay, so I think the first one was 465, 466, yeah. And the second one with a total of 1,103 words today. So that feels good. Inka says this will either be a kinky fantasy village or a haunted forest. Both of those sound like a lot of fun. So in what I'm writing today, Ursula has presented Uncle William, with a list of expenses in order for her to entertain and get presented to society in the manner in which she desires. William is rather unimpressed by this. And do you know, Inka, regardless of it being 1 a.m., I often find that when I first start sort of coming up with ideas for stories, they are exactly like scrambled eggs. It takes a while for them to kind of firm up and come together.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I mentioned in our Friday night sprints last night that I've decided to reach out to some writers who are more successful than I am. I have some questions about that. And I thought it would be quite fun, actually, to ask you those questions, Jamie. See if, well, one, actually, get feedback on the questions, but also if there's any of them that you really like and want to answer, that would be good. Of course, the problem is I've just lost the book I wrote them in.
Great. It's always the way. We noticed something this morning about my t-shirt because I have my cardigan on. And if I have it like that, it looks like it says, "Hi, I'm not okay," which I really like as an option. Like, I'm not okay, but have it just like, "Hi, I'm not." I could just get rid of the little bit of the so I'm trying to make sure it stays like that because I am actually okay.
My niece got a sticker that said good, and she stuck it on her hand, and she was like, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, ask me how I am. How are you?" I'm
cute.
It was very cute.
My friend Anna Klein is at the Romance Writers Conference as well. She says she's talked to a whole lot of authors, and they've all been like, "I've barely written anything in this last 18 months," which is very reassuring because she also has had real troubles getting herself to write lately. So,
yep,
it's been very cool.
I feel that. I'm just going to see if Julie's sent me anything. Nope. But I've got a photo from Mel. It's amazing. So Mel's just taken a photo of the conference, and she's taken it from the corner of the room, so everyone is side on. There's lots of you can see the back of people's hair, and I can recognize so many people just from the hair. There's Steph, there's Susan, there's Marie. Oh, it's great. Oh, and there's Julie. I can see Julie's blue hair.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, it's great. I'm really glad that we're doing this today, because otherwise my FOMO would be out of control.
Yeah, I feel the same way actually, because I'm not too worried about missing out on the sessions, but I am feeling sad that I'm not catching up with my friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've invited another friend over for casual hangout this afternoon, watch a movie or something, so that'll be nice.
That would be really good. I'm quite sad because next weekend next weekend, Saturday the 14th, one of my Christchurch writing friends was hosting a live write-in at her house.
Oh,
and
wow.
I kicked off these back in January when I hosted a day-long write-in here in Omahi, and it was great. And she picked up the flame when I was really sick and hosted it at her house. And I was actually really excited because next weekend, we have our write-in, but I also was writing in at her house. So I was going to ask her if I could stream from her house, bringing the energy of the group
to
our write-in. Yeah. And then my course goes and is like, no, you've got a workshop that day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
It sucks. But we've got the romance writers meeting the next day where everybody will be doing the conference debrief. So at least I've got something to look forward to. Yeah. And I'll have our Sunday live stream as well next weekend.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll still run the Saturday one unless something comes up, which I don't expect it to.
Yeah, and because I know that I'll be really missing this and being really grumpy at having to go to the workshop instead of hanging out with my friends, I'll probably do something in the evening that Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Very doable.
Oh,
yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to go this week because I'm getting my second COVID shot on Monday.
Yeah.
So, if last time was anything to go by, I'll be a wreck on Tuesday and then pretty tired on Wednesday, but they say that it can be worse or better, so I just don't know.
I phoned our local health centre to get my prescription refilled and came out of it with an appointment to get the flu vaccine.
Nice.
Yeah. Typically, I don't get the flu vaccine because I always feel like there's so many people who need it more than me. But this year, apparently, they're really encouraging people to get it because like we've seen here with the RSV virus, they just expect that that we're going to see an uptick in not COVID, but other flus. Yeah, basically they're expecting flus to be really bad this year.
Yeah, because we pretty much didn't have a flu season last year because we were in shutdown.
Yeah.
And in and out of shutdowns and everyone's being really careful. So all our immunity to it is down as a population. Yeah. So yeah, I have not got my flu vaccine. I am planning on it, but then they called me up to get my COVID vax. And so I was like, I'd rather have that. She said 2 to 3 weeks after the second one, I can go get my flu vaccine, which is sort of the end of winter, but might as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is all nationwide or we're just really lucky because we're a rural area with quite a big population of oldies, but my flu vaccine is going to be free, so I'm happy for that.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
think
Okay.
I'm very glad we could save you from a sad and lonely night. That is definitely a help.
It's always really nice to have your company any time of night or day. I like Megan's suggestion here. You could have one that says, according to I am not okay, according to I am fabulous. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Someone come in the other day and not tell us that she had RSV and is now in quarantine.
That's not good.
I've got two friends, one in Upper Hutt, one in Palmerston North, and they were planning to meet up and have a writers' weekend this weekend, and I was very jealous. These are my accountability buddies, and it would have been nice to catch up with them. Unfortunately, Palmerston North friend went to a baby shower. So it's a baby shower. There were two pregnant ladies there, and one of her co-workers came, and the co-worker had been off work sick for a while. And friend was like, oh, they're here. They must be feeling better. No, they were not. They coughed the entire time they were there and complained that they'd been told not to come into work. Now, Palmerston North friend is sick and could not go on her writers' weekend.
I hate that so much.
Yeah.
I really hoped that all of this would have taught people not to go places when they're sick, but obviously not so much.
I think so. I always worry that I'm making people uncomfortable now, because when I get sick, it takes me a long time to get better. Like the 5-week cold I have, I'm pretty confident that I was no longer infectious.
Yeah.
After week 2. But I just kept coughing because my throat was so irritated.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Do you stay home so that people don't worry? Or do you go out for your own mental health and well-being? And
so what I would do is I would be sucking on strepsils or throat lozenges or something to minimize the coughing, but still go out. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. But yeah.
But I'd probably not go out a lot. Definitely go out for my mental health, but maybe not all day or anything like that.
Since we've started doing these, I actually sort of feel like my mental health has improved, because I can do this no matter how coughy I am.
Yeah. Well, and I coughed a whole lot through that last stream, and it was just because I choked on my own saliva.
Our body, the humanity can survive this long when our bodies are so weird.
I'm just sitting here and literally just my saliva trying to kill me. I'm I need my saliva. I can't get rid of that. I'm trying to drink as much as I can to soothe my throat. It was still happening. So if that's what happened last stream, and I'm sorry everyone had to listen to it.
Inka said she coughed for 3 years. People look at me like I'm dangerous. I relate to that so much. In the first week of COVID, I got a virus, and there was no way in the first week of our lockdown. So when we were at level 4, I got a virus, and there was no way it was COVID. My mum and grandma had the same thing, and the symptoms were wildly different. But I had to go to the pharmacy, and I had to phone in my order, wait outside. Everyone was like, whoa, stay back. And it was so weird, because I want to keep people safe. I would feel terrible if I gave anyone, my bug.
Yeah.
But getting people staying a safe distance from me and taking all of those precautions made me feel really ostracized and unwelcome. And it was so weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I went through a period in my early 20s where every year I got bronchitis. Every single winter I got bronchitis, and one year I got it twice, and it sucked. So yeah.
Yeah. OG on asthma inhalers, yeah. Megan says that these write-ins feel safe, and I'm really, really pleased about that because I know exactly what you mean. Anxiety's been all over the place for me in the last 18 months, and these are a nice, easy way to see some people and get work done, and I'm really pleased that other people feel that way as well. Because we want to build a community here. And if we're already making someone feel safe, then it's
we're doing our job. On that warm, fuzzy note, shall we bask in the glow and get some more words done? Well, I'm doing words. Megan is learning about being a human. And it sounds like Inka is brainstorming, which is super exciting.
Super exciting. I'm editing still. I think I'll finish my edits in this sprint. So then I'll have time to do something else at the end.
Yeah. Okay. 20 minutes. Let's go.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
I've finished my edits. I found a place where I had put a note for myself to write more.
Oh,
and
nice.
I just finished that scene when the alarm went.
That's brilliant. I've actually finished chapter 13, which is what I wanted to write this week. So I added 444 words.
Very nice.
Yep. And I've started plotting scene 14.
Nice. What date is it today? So I got 375 words on this scene that wasn't finished, and finished all this round of beta edits.
Brilliant.
I say I found the scene that I hadn't finished. My beta reader had tagged it and said, you'd better write your will and plan your funeral because I'm going to kill you for not finishing this scene. So
Oh, no.
I might have to copy paste it and send it through to her.
Yes. I think you should do that first before you do anything else today. It's really sad for our writing streams to come to a premature end.
It's okay. She's in another continent, so I'm not terribly concerned about the threat, but you never know.
Let's see.
Oh, so like 10 to 12.
Yeah, I would like to sort of crowdsource for a moment. My next scene is Ursula is hosting an at-home. And so I would like surnames for Victorian busybodies and gossips, basically. I've got Wainwright as one, and I'm pretty sure it's just because, pretty much everything is on another continent from New Zealand. That's true.
I mean, technically, we're on the same continent as Australia, aren't we?
Australasia, yeah.
Yeah, I think. I mean, a lot of it's underwater, so it doesn't really count. But yes,
yeah,
we are nicely isolated from people who might want to murder us.
Yeah. Apparently, New Zealand is currently ranked #1 as the place most likely to survive global devastation.
Yes, I read that too. It's like I better plant some more trees in my backyard. Okay, surnames for Victorian busybodies. You've got Wainwright. I always like a good hyphenation, so like Smith Worthington or something like that. I've got a few in my pirate books. Harrow was the big bad in this one, so I don't know if you want to borrow that or not, but you're welcome.
Price is a good one.
Price is a good one. Caraway? Is that one? It's a herb. There's a character in a book I'm reading at the moment who's called Smith the first name, and then the last name is Smith Richards, which is hilarious to say out loud. Smith Richards, but might not be what you're after. I have Livingston Payne. That's a fantastic one.
I love that.
That's very evocative. Williams, nice generic kind of. Edwards is nice too.
Yep. What was I going to say? So there was this, when I was researching for the Deep Magic series, I discovered there was a guy called William Williams, and he was most well known not for having an amazing name, but because was it William? I'm pretty sure it was. But he was a He was a smuggler. But it was the Welsh version of smuggling. I forget, they've got a really specific.
Yes.
But not he was.
Or something like that, was it? No, that's the Scottish one.
Yeah, but he was caught by the revenue men, imprisoned in London, escaped from prison in London, walked all the way back to Wales to his mum's house. The revenue man searched for him at his mum's house. she hid him in a vat or a barrel of milk until they left, at which point he disguised himself as a woman and sailed to America. And at that point, history has lost track of William Williams.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Where did he go? Amazing. Presumably lived as a woman, right?
I just do not know. All these unanswered questions, it drives me nuts. At this stage, we're probably unlikely to know, but
yeah,
maybe this is one of the things I like about writing. Whenever I get sort of curious about something, if I don't know the answer, I can make up my own answer.
That's true. Yes. Very satisfying. We did have to read, in my English degree, we read a play called Eugenia, which is about an early 1900s woman in New Zealand who, well, I say woman, she lived as a man and married a woman and had a dick in a box for pleasuring her wife. And the play itself was, it's fine. I'm not super into plays, just to read them. I'd rather see them. But always sort of stuck with me that was probably a trans man, but they didn't have any kind of language for it at the time. Eventually got found out. But the wife stuck with him, and I think they had a happy ever after.
It was a probably the same situation. Someone would now term a trans man in Germany who was discovered because his wife was complaining of splinters when they had sex. And he obviously was not taking proper care of his...
Oh, dear. That's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, but also... it's people who say trans people are not a thing because it's only been a thing in recent years. No, they've been here throughout history.
Yep. They were just treated differently, treated as something else or something, like a crazy person or whatever.
Yeah, well, I have some amazing suggestions here. Thank you. I think I've got enough for my next scene and a few extra. So yeah.
Oh, and I was collecting titles last night for books of magic. So if anyone's got any ideas for those, I'm happy to add as many as possible into my witchy fiction when I get back to that. We've got a lot of good suggestions from last night, but there's always more I can add. Oh, yeah.
How to care for your inner crone, or bring out your inner crone.
There's got to be a good self-help book I can riff off for that, right? Like,
Crone, stop apologizing.
Crone, yes. Love that. Stop apologizing and seize your power.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, well, we're crowdsourcing. But yes, feeling good about this morning. I got all my edits done and nothing else, but that's fine because I needed to get my edits done. And I should hear back from my other beta reader sometime soon, which leaves me clear to write more of my witchy fiction tomorrow or later tonight, although probably not because I've got a friend coming over. I'm not sure how long she's staying, so we'll see.
Before we say goodbye, Jamie's just reminded me, we touched on this sort of briefly earlier. I'm delivering flowers tomorrow, which means that I'm also going from Omahe to Christchurch. And there's always a lot of sort of chaos related with those trips. So and I'm a bit worried that I might miss the start of the stream. So I scheduled a stream and then immediately cancelled it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna, as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna set up one from my channel instead. So,
yeah. So I will join as soon as I can tomorrow, but look for the stream on Jamie's channel.
Yeah. Yes. The book I'm editing is Pirates Inca. It's Cedric's 4th book, so that will be out at the end of the month. But I will let you know. It doesn't have a cover yet because Anna's meant to be making it and she hasn't. So I'm going to have to chase her up about it tomorrow.
So, hang on. Is that wife Anna or Anna Klein that makes the covers?
Wife Anna.
You have seriously lucked out, haven't you?
Because she has a degree in photography and design, which she doesn't use. And I was sort of saying, probably the biggest cost on my books is paying for professional covers. And then she said, well, I'll give it a go. And so all the books in my second Pirate series are designed by Anna. I bought a bunch of stock photos of covers are overrated. I understand that. I feel that too. The Wondering is a fantastic name for a book. Thank you, Megan. So so I'm saving money by getting my spouse to make me book covers at the moment.
That is
only on that series so far. I'm still going to get Jacqueline Sweet to do the cover for my second witchy fiction book so that it matches the rest of the projects. And I really love that cover.
Yeah, so it's beautiful. Yep, I agree, Inca. Jamie's books have awesome covers.
Thank you. I think the worst one is the one I did myself, which is This Unusual Life. But it's exactly what I wanted it to look like, so
It does look exactly like those that specific type of magazine. I don't know if there's a word for that, like subgenre, but yeah.
Lifestyle. They're lifestyle magazines. Yeah, that's what I was going for, and that's what it looks like. I did get some feedback that I should make it look more like a book, but I ignored it, and now no one's buying it, which is, that's fine. I should try and get a wraparound cover so I can sell it at Armageddon, because maybe I can. Anyway, that's all up in the air at the moment.
Yep.
Not what I should be concentrating on.
Inca asks, have I missed one? So let's see. Jamie has 4 pirate books, 4...
You've definitely read all the Gillian. There's 3 Cedric books. The last one was School by a Scientist. It was earlier this year. It was in like February. I'm pretty sure you would have read it.
And then there's Overdues and Occultism, which is Witchy Fiction Book 1. Well, Jamie's Witchy Fiction Book 1.
Yeah.
Then there is, and I always forget the title, the really super cool urban fantasy mystery one.
The Other Side of the Mirror.
The Other Side of the Mirror. Mm-hmm. I saw a really cool title in amongst the science titles at South Library. A guy published a book called Alex Through the Looking Glass. And his name is Alex, and it's basically his essays about science and science theory.
The crazy one. Okay, yeah, it's here. There's the link for it if you want to shove that into the stream.
Yeah,
it's like short stories. It's urban fantasy. It's like as if you were reading a lifestyle magazine or a gossip rag in another universe.
Whoops! So I don't want to. I very clearly clicked on end stream there instead of posting to chat.
So it's a weird book. It started its life as a Patreon project, so it's lots of little articles, lots of little bits, but there is some linking between them and a couple of overarching plots over several articles. So there's also personality quizzes and horoscopes and the agony aunt Cressida Flittersocks, who answers people's questions, but not the ones they were asking. I love it, but it's hard to market.
Bits I've read of it were really fun.
Yeah.
Megan says, covers have turned me off at times. It does make a difference if you haven't had something recommended.
Yeah.
I
understand that.
So probably my best cover is also my worst cover. The cover for Thorns and Fangs. Lots of people tell me they love the cover, but it's very not me. This is it. See that?
Oh yeah, the man chest.
The man chest.
Yeah.
But people buy it. The problem is that that's not exactly the kind of book it is, and so lots of people buy it, but it doesn't. Lots of people don't buy the second book. It's hard getting the right people to that book. Yeah. Ooh. So we should probably get going because it is lunchtime.
Yes.
I could very easily stay and chat all day, but I'm not allowed.
I know I've been very bad and not set up the stuff that I need to record the bullet journal thing. So I will let you know, Gillian, if that's a thing we can do later today or not. As I said, I've got a friend coming around. So that was poor planning on my part. But
it's all good. The bullet journal, like live. Oh no, I'm babysitting tomorrow night.
Oh, that's right, you are. Yes.
Yeah, we could do the bullet journal thing. We could do it live with people's comments and find out what we're good at explaining and what people want to know more about, and then do the recorded version. Maybe.
Well, that's a really good question. That's a really good idea, actually. Okay. But not tomorrow because you're babysitting, right?
Yeah.
So maybe later in the week, maybe Wednesday?
Yeah. That should be good. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just check again because I don't know how I'm going to go after the second COVID jab. If I actually get sick and have a fever and stuff, I'm not going to be up for it. No. But I didn't last time, so hopefully I won't again. Touch wood. We'll see how we go.
Of course. Okay.
All right. Have a good rest of the day.
You too. And goodbye, Megan. Goodbye, Inka. See you again soon.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.